Hi there, welcome to Spill the Tea with Michelle Plus Two. I am Michelle and this is one of my plus two, Jasmine. And today we're here to talk about the Supreme Court decision to overturn Roe versus Wade. How do you feel about that, Jasmine?
It feels great. It feels like we shouldn't even had to have this problem in the first place.
Right. We are, without a doubt, pro-lifers. We believe in the life of children. We do not believe in murdering innocent, unborn children. And the fact that the Supreme Court is going to uphold the fact that they do not control that is wonderful. So, I'm extremely excited.
I wonder what the protesters are going to do with my life, my body, my choice.
Yeah. Well, this is the thing. Unfortunately, the pro-abortionists only want you to hear their part of the story, and they think they're the only ones that are right. They're the only ones that are right. But we know what? Us pro-lifers are right. We are the ones that are on God's side, right? God, it says in the Bible, do not commit murder. And when you are aborting an unborn child, you are committing murder.
But even so, you're still committing murder either way.
Yes.
I don't know why they can't get that.
Well, this is the thing. You have a lot of people, especially now, they think it's so easy just, oh, let's go have sex and, whatever circumstances are, if we get pregnant, we just go to abort it, right? That's their easy solution.
But like, what if they aborted you? You wouldn't be there right now. You wouldn't be
Right. But the thing is that I got to answer to God one day. And I don't want to have to tell God that I murdered,
my choice.
yeah, and that I murdered an unborn baby and it was my body and my choice. God's not going to care about that answer, right? He said, do not commit murder. So what these women are going to have to do, now this does not ban abortion, this just puts abortion control back into the states and out of the Supreme Court's hands. So it doesn't actually ban it. It says the Supreme Court does not make it a constitutional right, right? That means they're not going to uphold abortion in the federal government.
So like, you can't say you want to abort your baby?
Well, it gives the power back to the states, and each different state will make a decision about whether they're going to allow abortion or not. So now you got a lot of...
But you have a right to say no if that state chooses it?
Yes, you still don't have to have an abortion.
So you have the right to say.
Yeah, but there's going to be right. But there's going to be states that are going to ban abortion, and in those states you're not going to be able to get one. But in the states that that still approve abortion, you'll be able to go to those states and get one.
Well, they just drive to another state and they get an abortion.
Yeah. So, I know that there's going to be a lot of people out there that's going to protest. It's probably going to get dangerous. But the thing is, you got to understand, this did not ban abortion. What it did is gave power back to the state, and then the people would decide. The people would decide whether to ban abortion or not. So this is the time that if you want abortion banned, to get out and vote in your elections.
Every vote counts.
Every vote counts. And it counts even more at the state level than it does at the federal level. Because you have a smaller voter pool in the statewide than you do, nationally. So it'll make a bigger difference. But yes, it's been a long fight trying to get Roe versus Wade overturned. It's finally happened. I'm sure that God is rejoiced right now that these decisions were made. God gives us choice. God gave man free will. He gave us something that he didn't even give the angels. Only man has free will. And so you have the power to choose the difference between right and wrong. And the fact that they have overturned Roe versus Wade is a big right.
They want to make it sound right though, like it's no big problem.
Well, they want to make a lot of things sound right, but that doesn't mean that's what you need to do, right? That doesn't mean it was God's choice. You know, people have thrown religion out of schools, religion out of their lives, religion out of relationships, and we need God in our lives, and we need God in our relationships, and we need God in our schools. Our kids need God, and they need the Word,
More
and they
than
need to be
ever.
raised on the Word.
More than ever, we need them.
That's right. More than ever, we need it.
This shouldn't even be a problem in the first place. That's the thing.
Yeah, well, I agree. It shouldn't be a problem, but it is, unfortunately.
I seen a TikTok how the abortion works, and what they'll do is they'll rip the baby while it's alive in pieces, killing it.
That's exactly what happens. In an
horrible.
abortion, they go in and they will tear the baby apart piece by piece, and that's how one way that it is killed. And there's babies that are done that way that are born alive, still, and they leave them there to die.
That's horrible.
Right. So, absolutely late abortions is not an abortion. That is absolutely murder. I believe that life starts at conception. Life starts at conception. When you have a heartbeat, you're alive. You have a soul. So how do you feel about it?
I'm surprised, actually, with the way this world's going. I'm surprised it passed, but I'm glad it passed. I know there's going to be a lot of protesting against it. All those bad people.
Well, this is one thing that they protest, and they don't even understand what it is that's happened. Most of them think that with the reversal of Roe versus Wade, that abortion is banned, and that is not true. It just means that the Supreme Court is not going to uphold it as a as a right that you have, and they're going to put it back into the state's hand. Each state will individually decide, whether they're going to allow it or not. It's not a constitutional right. That's the word I was looking for. Abortion is not a constitutional right.
Another thing is, remember our video yesterday about kids growing up in different times?
Yeah.
Well, that's with little kids growing up with parents that do believe all this stuff. They're going to grow up believing it, most likely.
That's right.
Because we grow up as Christian. If we grew up as anti-Christian, I'd probably grow up anti-Christian, most likely.
Right. So you are what you're taught, right? And so I chose to teach my children, Christian ways, and to be anti-abortion, to be pro-life, to have morals, and to care about themselves as people, and as young women. They need to have respect for their bodies, and they need to have respect for, who they're gonna, think about the relationships they're gonna be in, and to save sex till marriage, and that marriage should be not looked at as being an institution, but a relationship that's going to last you your whole life, that you can be able to live and grow together from a young age to your old, right? The Bible said that we can have divorces, but what he said is that for an unbeliever, if your unbelieving spouse wants a divorce, give it to them. But you're still bound. You're still bound by those marriage vows, even though you allow them to even though you get a divorce. All right, so Roe versus Wade. I'm sure there's going to be a lot of dangerous people out doing things they shouldn't do this weekend because they're angry about it being overturned. And I recommend that the churches lock their doors on Sunday when people are in church to protect the people that are there, because people are crazy. and they do crazy things. And just because you live in a small town does not keep you from being in an area where a crazy person could be. And you want to make sure that you protect your flock, protect your godly people that's in your church. So I do recommend that you lock the doors to the church where your people are in there to keep them safe. And I do want you to, if you can legally carry, I believe you should legally carry so you protect yourself and your family whenever you're out and about during this craziness. Now I know I have a farmer's market that I have to do tomorrow, and I know that because of the people that come there are very leftist, I'm sure that it might be a dangerous place to be. So we will make sure that we carry what we need to carry to protect ourselves, and I will, to protect my children, I will do what I have to do. I won't initiate an issue, but I won't back down. I'm not going to be the person that's going to back down and let them run all over me. If you pull a gun on me, you can bet that you will be wishing that you hadn't. This is not the way. Violence is not the way to end things. It's not the way to fix things. It's not the way to work out things. We do it by voting. And just because something might not happen the way you want it to happen is no reason to be violent. So I'm going to wish y'all a great weekend. We're going to end this here. Thank you for joining us. And please don't forget to like and subscribe.